lived through the Holocaust. I visited the Holocaust Museum in DC as a child. I'm very much aware of what that was like. So it has nothing to do with being ignorant to the past or anything like that. But I made the video as a statement because it should be scary, because I'm also that scared of what our future holds, based on the way people react to media like this and other things.
Well, and I wouldn't call it just purely Nazi or fascist. It has some Soviet-style iconography, some occultic. I mean, I think you're just saying we have an evil, overarching program, and we need to talk about it and discuss it. And I think because you point that out to people, they want to take it down because it scares them.
Absolutely. I mean, art is made to have discussions. I mean, if there isn't any passion or any discussion involved after a piece of art, then why is it really there, in my opinion?
What did the artists, I mean, obviously you work some with Nicki Minaj on coming up with this. What's their view on the controversy?
To be honest, I really don't know, because we never really sat in the same room. It's just we passed the video onwards, and they gave me what they needed. And, you know, I applied what they needed, and then I added my own artistic voice to that. So to be honest, I can't really speak on their behalf because I don't know. But
they obviously liked it because they green-lighted it.
Absolutely. I mean, you know, again, I can't speak for them, but I think chances are they at least, maybe they didn't see the full message of what I was trying to get across, but I think they at least saw past the fact of it representing them as Nazis. I mean, obviously that's why they released it. So.
Well, I see a quote here, I think from you in Billboard. It says, the Young Money team came to me with a set of parameters in which they exactly stated something black and white, dark, ominous, with hints of imagery like Sin City or Metropolis.
Exactly.
Or Metalopolis. I mean, that's exactly what you did, is a high-tech Nazi Germany-style system. But when you look at it, it looks like our military's uniforms. It looks like our tanks. It mixes in occultic iconography. And I think people don't like the fact that's happening.
Absolutely. Chris Brown's uniform is actually designed directly off a U.S. general. The building in the middle is the Lincoln Memorial. You know, the planes are F-22s. Security cameras didn't exist, at least in that form, in the 1930s. So I've drawn a variety of different time periods. I mean, at the end of the day, I'm representing them as a generic totalitarian regime, which takes different facets of every country and time period into one. And I'm presenting it that way. So I think that I think people, you know, just misunderstood and got bent out of shape as a result.
Well, you're right. I mean, it's crystal clear. Now they're wanting to censor feminist groups. The Princess Leia catcalling parody video. And even if you don't agree with catcalling, people have a right to do it, and people have a right to make videos about it. And just this culture of shut it down, turn it off, don't let them say that, is really very anti-American, I think, and is actually, you know, like I keep saying, it proves the fascism that you're warning about.
Absolutely. And I mean, and I think the media is also part of that problem, because they just take something and they try to spin it to cause, you know, backlash and basically separate people and cause misunderstanding. I mean, you can just see from all the articles how certain ones would only pick certain parts of my quote for the shock value, not to try to clarify or really help people understand. And maybe they didn't understand or whatever. I can't speak for everyone, but I think just the media plays a very detrimental role, I think, especially today.
Well, it's divide and conquer. Instead of dealing with real racism, real classism, big mega banks getting trillions in banker bailouts and being tax exempt, they want us thinking everything's racist or everything's bad, so we just sit down and shut up so we don't get accused of something, while they steal all of our freedoms collectively. And then anybody could look at your video and see that you're saying America is turning into Nazi Germany meets Metropolis. And before I'd even talked to you or seen your quotes, that was self-evident. And I just don't see how people can then say this is what you're doing. It's an agenda to shut up artists. As long as you were on air pushing gangster rap, shoot up the cops, you know, race war garbage, why, you'd be just fine. If you were, you know, making a video about slinging crack. They don't want hip-hop to get hardcore political like KRS-One, Professor Griff, Paris, and so many others have done, because hip-hop dominates the world now, and if it ever gets really awake, that's it for the New World Order, and their big weapon may backfire. Director, stay right there. I want to hear more from you straight ahead.
This is Sharon Hunt. Before using Heart and Body Extract, my energy level was very, very low. I could only walk a few feet and then would have to sit down. I was tired and lethargic. But after taking Heart and Body Extract, my energy level has improved greatly, and I can now walk longer distances without getting tired so fast. Thank you, Heart and Body Extract.
Learn the secrets of an effective, natural, 100% organic nutritional supplement for a healthy heart and circulation at hbextract.com.
We've been patiently waiting while you tried to ignore us, waiting while you acted like we didn't exist, waiting for our chance to be taken seriously. The wait is over. GCN is available 24/7 at GCNlive.com. Navigate through news from your favorite hosts and download archives of past shows. Download the app on your smartphone or tablet, or visit GCNlive.com for instant access and live streaming. GCNlive.com, the future of talk radio, now at your fingertips.
American gardeners and fellow patriots, make the right choice with your money, time, and your family food supply. Choose 100% pure heirloom seeds in the Survival Seed Vault from MyPatriotSupply.com. Why spend more? The Survival Seed Vault from MyPatriotSupply.com is only $37.95 and includes 20 varieties of pure, hardy, easy-to-grow heirloom seeds. Yes, only $37.95. That's 70% less than our competitors. You could buy 3 Survival Seed Vaults for less than one of theirs. The Survival Seed Vault from MyPatriotSupply.com includes detailed planting and seed-saving instructions and ships same day. Plus, all orders over $49 ship free. MyPatriotSupply.com is American-owned by patriots like you, passionate about freedom and preparedness. Call now, 866-229-0927. That's 866-229-0927. Or discover more emergency preparedness items when you order at MyPatriotSupply.com. Choose the original. Choose the Survival Seed Vault at MyPatriotSupply.com.
Did you know by age 50, half of all men have an enlarged prostate? This means more urges to urinate, longer bathroom trips, waking at night to urinate, or issues with sex. If this sounds familiar, call us now, because we're shipping free bottles of Super Beta Prostate to listeners of this station. Super Beta Prostate is a non-prescription formula guaranteed to reduce the symptoms of your enlarged prostate. It's yours free. Pay only shipping and handling. Just call 1-800-852-1820. In clinical trials, the ingredient in Super Beta Prostate was shown to reduce urges to urinate, improve bladder emptying, reduce waking at night to urinate, and improve quality of life. This Super Beta Prostate free offer is for listeners of this station, but it won't last. Don't wait. Just call 1-800-852-1820. That's 1-800-852-1820. Call 1-800-852-1820.
The lining of your lungs is supposed to be protected with glutathione to neutralize incoming irritants. In the absence of enough glutathione, your lungs are more prone to irritation. Listen to the real-world results of one man using a powerful glutathione-supporting food.
Hi, my name is Bill O'Brien. I generally suffer through an asthmatic breathing type situation. My breathing is shallow and generally constricted in the nose and lungs. After consuming One World Way today, I have tremendous energy and also notice my breathing is free. I can feel the air in my left nostril and it is free all the way to my abdomen, which is pretty remarkable because I rarely get that feeling. Being a singer, I love feeling this unrestricted voice. The only thing new I've actually added to my routine is One World Way. Wow.
Call 888-988-3325. That's 888-988-3325. Or visit oneworldway.com. That's oneworld, WHEY.com.
Dave Mustaine, he's been politically active, whether you agree with him or not. I agree with most of what he has to say. He's a great guy. He shouldn't be slapped down when he criticizes the government or when he promotes the Second Amendment. So you can say whatever you want, just don't try to take my right to speak away. Jeffrey Osborne, award-winning director, cinematographer, editor, JeffreyMOsborne.com. He's been criticized all over TV, all over Billboard, all over just hundreds of publications to try to intimidate artists everywhere, to not point out that our country, in many respects, has surpassed many other totalitarian regimes throughout history. Whether it's the NSA spying or the amount of people in prison or the phony drug war or tasering deaths or homeless getting shot and killed and the paramilitarization of police, everybody knows this country's converting to a serious tyranny. And so he puts a video out without Nazi symbols or anything, but just fascist iconography, kind of Soviet too, and they freak out. He joins us now. I want to get him back on next week in the aftermath of all this. I think their attempt at censorship will just backfire. What do you think, Mr. Osborne, and what are other points you'd like to make?
I think the video is still up, so I think it's there to stay. You know, who knows whether it'll be taken down in the future or not, but it's here to stay, and I think that if everything has led to this and me being on the show, then I think I've succeeded.
Well, brother, coming on here is not that big a deal. We just appreciate what you're doing. You were telling the crew that you are a listener?
Yes, I am. I actually think it's pretty surreal that I'm on this show right now speaking to you because, man, you are my hero, seriously.
Well, you're awesome, brother, but the grass is always greener on the other side. You are my hero. I mean, you're going out there and trying to wake people up. Some people aren't going to understand it. Some people are going to get mad at you, maybe because they don't like, you know, the artist you work for or something. But I mean, it's clear that your heart was pure in this, and it just shows how screwed up we've gotten that they're trying to censor it. I mean, it's really creepy. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I knew that I had an outlet that would reach millions of people. And may or may not, you know, cause a stir or at least cause a conversation. And, you know, it did just that. You know, I don't want to say that I'm happy people are outraged, but it's at least raised bigger discussions, because I've even seen on threads and this and that these conversations have sort of expanded into what I've said is about our First Amendment rights and censorship and Big Brother and all this. So some people get it, and it's starting those bigger conversations, which is exactly what my intention was. Well, that's right. And look, I've done like Piers Morgan interviews and BBC interviews, a lot of others, where I genuinely get mad and yell at them and just kind of break the silence, don't play along. And at first, everybody says, oh, you're in a lot of trouble, you're discredited. But then 6 months later, they love you. 2 years later, it's just the best thing they ever saw in their life. And Alex Jones destroyed Piers Morgan. It was the end of his career, you know, are the headlines. So it's the fact that you got that response shows that you're waking people out of their trance. And that's why they're upset, is because deep down, they know you're right. So great job. Well, thank you. And I hope so. I hope so. So any other points you'd like to add? Absolutely. I mean, you know, just a side note, I'm actually in Panama right now. I know I'd stated I was out of the country, but right now I'm working on a project about the illegal invasion of Panama and everything that went with it. And I've been getting interviews from all different types of people down here, and it's a very exciting story, and I'm excited to make it into a film. Well, I'm sure you've seen the Panama Deception then? Oh, I absolutely have. I actually had to buy the DVD directly from Barbara Trent because it's not for sale in stores. It was kind of shelved after she won the Academy Award. So that's right. Wow. We ought to I'd love to get her on with you when your film comes out, because for folks that don't know, that was a total false flag. There were no kidnapped students. It was all made up, and they just mass murdered a bunch of people. I mean, I'm sorry. Yep. That was a criminal attack. Oh, absolutely. I mean, they lied about the number of dead. Even the UN, I mean, voted, I believe it was 72-20 that it was a flagrant violation of international law. But of course, the U.S. can just come in and veto it. So, and again, it's not that Manuel Noriega is a saint. It's kind of like Ricky Ross, though. He was their drug dealer in the whole Iran-Contra deal. He threatened to go public, and they said, no, you won't. And instead of the mafia doing a hit, the U.S. Army was the hit. Exactly. I think that, you know, once he was tired of being, you know, used and this and that, you know, he really wanted to do what was best for his country. And as soon as he had a conscience, we saw what happened. So. Wow. Well, do we know the name of the new film yet? There is no name yet. It's still in development, but it's developing rapidly. Well, you're an interesting fella, and congratulations on all your work. We'd love to get you back on next week or something for an update. Absolutely. Wow. Well, you're my hero. Everybody like you, Jeffrey. JeffreyMOsborne.com. All right. Take care, buddy. Great job.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate you taking the time to put me on.
Thank you. The latest on being listed as terrorist, the Cliven Bundy joins us coming up next. Stay with us.
We're on the march.